said you followed his debate against President Donald Trump in June. Since then, this race has taken on an entirely new dynamic.
It brings us to the rules of tonight's debate. 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks. No topics or questions have been shared with the campaigns. The candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions, and this is the clock. That's what they'll be seeing. 2 minutes for rebuttals and 1 minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. Their microphones will only be turned on when it's their turn to speak. No pre-written notes allowed. There is no audience here tonight in this hall at the National Constitution Center. This is an intimate setting for 2 candidates who have never met.
President Trump won the coin toss. He chose to deliver the final closing statement of the evening. Vice President Harris selected the podium to the right.
So let's now welcome the candidates to the stage. Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump.
Here we go, guys. Fate of the nation. Here we go, guys.
Thank you.
Let's tune in, guys. Let's see what's going on, man. What's the future?
Good evening. We are looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started.
What's the future, guys?
Tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say is their #1 issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
No, they can't be.
I was raised as a middle class kid, and I am actually the only person on
Answer the
street
question.
that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people, and that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing: we know that we have a shortage of homes and housing.
Are they better off? Yes or no, ma'am?
Far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib.
I think the answer is no. They're not better than they were before, ma'am.
One of them is small businesses.
This is what we got to do. Hold these people accountable, man.
Who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small business.
The question was, are the American people better off? Yes or no, ma'am?
Startup small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle-class people paying for tax cuts.
What's the answer, Vice President?
First of all, I have no sales tax. It's an incorrect statement. She knows that we're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all of it. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off. It would totally destroy
The question. Answer the question, Mr. Trump, please.
billions of dollars from China. And
The American people are not better off.
I had tariffs, yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation has, which is really known as a country buster, it breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have.
Answer the question, Mr. Trump, please.
In our nation's history, we were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class.
Yes.
Class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country.
Yes. The border wide open.
From mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans. And
Come on, Mr. Trump.
also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States.
Towns throughout the United
Ohio.
States.
You look at Aurora. violently. These are the people that she and Biden led into our country.
That's right.
Destroying our country.
Destroying our country.
They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out.
Yes, sir.
I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
Freedom.
Immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy.
She can't
I'd
respond.
love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you,
American people want closed borders.
Hear from the same old tired playbook.
They want the inflation brought down.
And name calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
You don't want him elected. You plan on cheating him.
People want the president who understands the importance of bringing us together, and we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump will give you a minute or so.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantial.
So the man said he does not support Project 2025, people.
We got hit with a pandemic, and the pandemic was nonsense. 15 million people died. Has there been anything like it? We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed
PPP, pandemic unemployment assistance, unemployment benefits, emergency loans,
Never seen anything like it.
disaster loans.
For the entire world, we got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic.
You saved America. You gave money to the people. People were getting $900 a week. Don't y'all remember that?
So does everybody else.
Vice President Harris.
So, Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity.
You're offering an open border, Vice President. An open border.
Plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. So make people want to be able to go and work, and, create jobs, and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that he just, we'll try to lower taxes.
Build back better.
She doesn't have a plan.
Biden plan. Build back better.
The Vice President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this because your plan.
He doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, more sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something you both brought up. The Vice President brought up